Hey! Is the noon train on time?
Supposed to be.
Feels like it's time.
Fair enough.
BBN Jack Fruits. What's up, party people? How's everybody doing? I'm hoping everybody's having a beautiful day. We got a lot to talk about. Alright, so first thing, we actually talking about hip-hop today. We have not been discussing hip-hop for a long time. There has been people that's been like, yo, what's up with all the hip-hop conversations? We're going to be discussing hip-hop today, and also upsetting to some of you because I know that you would like to talk about hip-hop as far as how good the music is, how bad the music is, artist this, artist that. We're going to get back to that conversation also. We used to have a lot of good conversations about that. But today we have something else to talk about, and that's artists getting in trouble. And apparently this is something that the hip-hop world and the rock and roll world, the music industry, apparently, R. Kelly's locked up, is a part of the criminal justice system. With that being said, today we're going to be talking about the new lawsuit that is against Jay-Z. This is a big one. We're going to break it down. I'm going to explain a couple of things why this is a problem for Jay-Z. Some of the things, the reflections that this might have of other instances that have just actually recently occurred that this might have a little bit of similarities to. And also we're going to be discussing the bill that Elon Musk had banished from Congress. Apparently Congress is extremely scared on voting for a specific bill now after Elon Musk put out a tweet. So first thing that I want to do is give a little bit of context to the situation involving Jay-Z. So let's go look at this news article real quick. The article first. All right, we want the article first. So let's go look at this news article real quick. Houston attorney Tony Busby sues Rock Nation. Before we read the article, I'm just going to give you a little bit of intel on why this is, at least my what the heck is this frozen? A little bit of intel on what I have on the particular situation, and then we'll read the article. So basically what happened, just so we could be clear, I'm trying to take that off the screen. It was just not going nowhere. So basically what happened, just so we could be clear, is that Jay-Z and Rock Nation decided that they were going to sue Tony Busby. Who's Tony Busby? Tony Busby is the attorney for many of the, I think at least like up to 100 of the individuals who are now suing P. Diddy. So Tony, I hate when I do that. I be having the mic all the way over there. So Tony Busby is the attorney for the individuals that are attempting to sue P. Diddy. This is important, all right, for multiple different reasons. But basically, P. Diddy is getting sued by Tony Busby's law firm. You know, he's the one that the clients are his. This law firm is out of Houston. This is going to be important too. Pay attention. So Tony Busby is taking on at least 100 of the clients of individuals who are now his clients that are suing P. Diddy. Why is this important? Why would Rock Nation care? So allegedly, P. Diddy and Jay-Z like this. Allegedly. P. Diddy, Jay-Z like this. So, what I'm going to assume the issue is that they might have overlapping situations. This is just my own words. I have no proof of any of this, and I'm not saying that it is that's a factual statement. I'm saying that my opinion is that they might be having overlapping situations. So it's best to keep everybody out of court. That's one. The second thing that could be going on is P. Diddy could have just simply said, yo, look, who you think is the first dude I'm going to give up? It could just be that simple. I'm sorry, but P. Diddy does not come across to me as somebody who is going to hold the line. I know a few people that know the dude, and I'm not saying that he is this way. I'm not saying that, but I heard he's a pretty slimy character. And if any of what we're hearing is true, then he's worse than I even thought. If it's true. I don't know it to be true. So let's get into the news article. And I just want to leave you with one more thing. Not Tony Shapiro. Shapiro, I forget his first name. He is it Tony Shapiro? He is the attorney for Jay-Z. Shapiro is like one of the biggest attorneys, if not the biggest attorney out of New York and LA. So the firm that is actually suing Busby, the Rock Nation firm, I believe what they're saying is that Shapiro, who is Jay-Z's attorney, is the attorney on record. I believe so. I'm not 100% sure. Don't hold me to that. Why is this a big deal? So what is one of the allegations is that they were reaching out to previous Tony Busby clients, and they were reaching out with them with the intended purpose of asking them to file frivolous lawsuits, and they were going to pay them allegedly up to $10,000 to file these frivolous lawsuits. Now, why is that important? You know, if you are an attorney and you bring frivolous lawsuits to court, you can lose your privilege of practicing law. So Shapiro, one of the biggest attorneys now, could have just put his ability to practice law in jeopardy. Now, why is this such a big deal that the attorney that is going to be bringing the cases in Houston, why Shapiro is big in New York and in LA? So some of these transgressions that allegedly happened with the attorneys that were reaching out to the previous clients of the firm of Tony Busby happened over the phone. So if it happened over the phone, that makes it federal, not state. That means that they can file in Houston. They don't have to file in New York. They don't have to file in LA, in California. With Shapiro, where he would know all of the people. Okay, so when you hire an attorney, you don't only hire the attorney because they're good at their job. They know how to they have good courtroom presence or whatever. You hire the attorney also because of their connections, the people that they know, the people they can lean on, the people they might have dirt on, and then the individual is just going to say, you know what, okay, I got you this time. The people that they just might be cool and buddy with, that they could sway. So you hire an attorney not just because of their acumen, but also because of I was trying to remember what you call that shit that had the numbers on it that you spin it around like that. Anyway, I was trying to use that word to be real slick with it. But their phone book, basically. You don't just hire them because of how good they are. You hire them because of who they know. Why is that important? Because if this is filed in Texas, as it should be, because it was done over the phone, which makes it a federal situation, that means Shapiro is going to have to go to Texas and defend this particular situation, and they won't be in his home, in his backyard in New York or California. Now let's read the article. Houston attorney Tony Busby is fighting back against claims made by Jay-Z by suing the rapper's entertainment company, Roc Nation. Busby is currently representing over 100 clients in lawsuits against music mogul Sean Diddy Combs for sexual abuse claims. According to the lawsuit, Roc Nation financed an operation in which investigators impersonated state officials by brandishing fake badges. The entertainment company has not released a statement on this lawsuit. So I want to be clear on something. Not only are they trying to get people to file frivolous lawsuits, apparently, but they're also impersonating state officials. Oh, shoot, Caps. So, for everybody that don't know, impersonating a state official is not legal. So, and I also want you to understand, I don't believe that this would be, you know, they impersonated a state official 20 times, but it was for one situation, so it's only going to be 4 years. I believe the way it works is every instance that you have did the crime is a separate offense. So let's say one person impersonated a state official 4 times. That's a possible 20 years in prison, and it should be, at least my interpretation. That's a possible 16 years in prison with, how many years did I say? They did it, I said 4 times. So that's, you gotta be over here, be doing all of the things. That's a possible 16 years in prison with a $20,000 fine. So just so we can be clear, this is a crime. Class A misdemeanor. This is a crime. So allegedly, Roc Nation sent, let's see if we got another article, because that one was pretty short. Allegedly, Roc Nation Toy Busby. Let's go look at CNN. You know, widows. Allegedly, Roc Nation sent people with the expressed intent of impersonating law enforcement officers in order to whatever the hell they was doing. But they sent them there with the expressed intent to impersonate law enforcement officers. As we've just checked, that's all illegal. And this is a law firm doing this. I would assume that not only can they be sued, but their ability to practice law might also be in trouble in whatever counties that they did this in. In any regard, attorney Tony Busby is suing Jay-Z's Roc Nation, accusing the entertainment company of soliciting his firm's clients in an effort to get them to sue his firm. In a separate lawsuit, Busby is representing a woman identified as Jane Doe, who alleged she was raped by Sean Diddy Combs and Jay-Z more than 2 decades ago when she was 13. Jay-Z, whose given name is Sean Carter, has denied the allegations and sued Busby for extortion, claiming that he is shaking down celebrities for his own personal gain. So I want to say something real quick. And I think that this is something that we got to focus on and pay attention to. I could be wrong, but I think this is something that we got to focus on and pay attention to. So Jay-Z has, pardon me. So Jay-Z has Shapiro as his attorney. One of the biggest lawyers, if not the biggest lawyer in New York City, one of the biggest lawyers in America. He does not like me, by the way. Me and Shapiro, we don't get along. Shout out to him. I understand why he don't like me, because I go against his clients a lot, but it's nothing personal. I don't know you as an individual. I'm pretty sure you're a pretty cool dude. I don't know you as a person. So the dislike you have for me, I'm going to take it as a professional dislike, not a personal dislike. I do not have a personal dislike against you. I don't even got a professional dislike against you. Copy? For everybody that don't know, me and Shapiro have had a couple of run-ins on court steps. We've had a couple of run-ins. Me and Shapiro has had a couple of run-ins. I wouldn't be surprised if some of the issues that I currently have is, anyway. So me and Shapiro have had a couple. I keep trying to tell y'all don't understand. Like, for the people that wasn't here when we was doing what we was doing, y'all don't understand. Everyone knows who I am, fam. Hold on, can I just take 1 second to say something? So we had a local official that was running for office. He actually won. And as y'all know, we talk a lot of politics over here. Do you not know that the people that were running his campaign decided that they were going to badmouth me in the community? I don't even know these niggas. They didn't come try to talk to me or nothing. Nothing. It was bananas. Anyway, let's get back to what we're talking about. So Shapiro has a lot of connections, right? Do you know how many times people were trying to file criminal cases, but the police kept saying they don't have enough evidence? So a lot of these people don't have no choice but to file a civil case. And then when they filed a civil case, they're accused of trying to get extort. When in reality, they can't file a criminal complaint because allegedly these attorneys all know people that can get the criminal complaint thrown out of court. Nobody don't pick it up. So I'm going to say that again. I need for you to pay attention to what I'm saying. And this is one of the reasons why every time I see one of these, I'm going to tell you a thing too in a minute. That's why whenever I see these people say, oh, these people just want money. No! They tried to bring criminal complaints against y'all guys. But y'all lawyers is too good. Shapiro's an excellent attorney, fam. Excellent. Alright? I know for a fact, I'm just gonna leave it alone. It is what it is. Always fighting the devil. Alright? I'm gonna enjoy this one. Not for a personal reason, but for a professional one. I'm gonna enjoy this one. Absolutely enjoy it. This one, I'm going to enjoy. So, just so we could be clear, what Shapiro is being accused of doing, what the law firm, the Rock Nation law firm, is being accused of doing is illegal. You cannot impersonate a law enforcement official, any official, and especially impersonate them for the explicit intent of trying to gather information for anything. You're not just impersonating a law enforcement officer, but you're also trying to conduct law enforcement officer duties. If that law firm sent them there to do that, they are on the hook. Okay, so I left the part out. Y'all want to hear the part I left out? These guys are on video, on tape. They got them recorded. They're recorded. Nobody, I just want to break for a second. Nobody ever wondered how I went from a person who used to be outside everywhere doing everything on social media, and then all of a sudden, every single time I step outside, I'm getting harassed. Nobody ever realized how that happened. Go look at our videos from 2016, 17 to about 2019 on Instagram and on YouTube. Nobody ever realized how I went from we are everywhere, talking to everyone. There's never any situation with nobody. And then now all of a sudden, I can't even walk outside without people harassing me. Nobody ever wondered how that happened. Nobody ever wondered why that happened. Nobody ever thought to themselves, yo, Jack Frost must have pissed off somebody with a lot of money. Nobody never thought to themselves, yo, Jack Frost might be onto something. Nobody never thought that to themselves. Y'all just assumed I was being crazy. Even when I was filming and recording the people harassing me, y'all was just assuming I was being crazy. You know what they used to do? They would harass me, videotape the harassment, and then if you're a person that donates to the page, they'll send you edited videos of the harassment that they're doing to me and say, look, he's acting crazy. So they'll go start trouble with me, harass me. And then when I'm like, yo, what the fuck? Then they'll send that to the people that donate to the page and whatnot and say, look, he's outside acting crazy. Y'all ever wonder why I just don't go outside? Besides the fact I don't really care to be outside anyway. Like, that's not something I really care about. But y'all don't never wonder why I don't go outside? I'm not scared for my own anything. But imagine every time you go outside, you have a homeless person being paid to come up to you to create a situation. Or every time you go to the supermarket, you got people following you around, video recording you while other people are trying to create a situation with you. Just imagine. Just imagine. That's all I'm saying. Just imagine. But you can't say or do anything. Because if you say or do anything, everyone is just immediately going to say you're crazy. Even though they're watching the people harass you. Because they just don't like you. Even though they don't know you. So they'll watch someone abusing you and then pretend like it's you, not the person doing the abuse. Why am I saying this? Because we're talking about Shapiro. You know who else Attorney Shapiro is? Shotties. For those that know, you know. For those that don't know, that probably wasn't even for you. It's all good. Still love you. Happy you're here. With that being said. So no, everything we hear about in this particular situation revolving around the Jay-Z and this Diddy situation right here, we're going to discuss. Because a lot of what they use to harass these people, at least I'm here, every time I'm finding out some of the tactics that they used, they're literally shit that people are using against me right now as we speak. And people are just ignoring that it's happening and pretending like it's not a thing. And you just got to sit there and be like, you can't say nothing. You feel, it's just nothing you could do.
If you defend yourself, people are going to hate you. If you don't defend yourself, people are going to call you a sucker. So you got to choose between people just thinking you a sucker or people now radicalizing against you because you are protecting yourself. And they see whatever protection you're doing for yourself as some kind of attack against somebody else. So you're not even allowed to protect yourself. That's why I stay inside in any regard. I can't wait for this whole democratic mindset to get out of the community. This is all the democratic mindset, and I can't wait for it to get out of the community. We got a little bit more to talk about this Jay-Z thing, and then as a ton of stuff that I want to talk about politics. But I do want to stay on this Jay-Z topic a little bit longer because there's a couple of things that I didn't discuss about this that I wanted to get to, and we'll get to it right now. So basically, Jay-Z is in a situation where if you have any common sense at all, you know that Puffy is not going to be quiet. Not only do you know that Puffy is not going to be quiet, you don't even know what videos these dudes got. You have no idea what videos the FBI has. Because the FBI has a lot of the videos. Not only that, Diddy was so stupid that when he's threatening people, he's sending them the video evidence of the crimes that were committed against them. So you know how many people they don't even need for the FBI to have the video footage. They have it. Diddy is done. What is about to happen is this, in my opinion. This is what's about to happen. The government has to make a decision. Because so many people are probably at criminal fault that they can't put them all on them in jail. It's just going to be total anarchy. They're going to have to pick and choose which ones they want to put in jail. Just like with real criminal organizations. When they don't put everybody in jail, fam. They got to pick and choose which dudes they want to put in jail. Because they don't want to create a vacuum. For those that don't get it. Do y'all notice how almost every mob movie, television show, or anything like that has to deal with a vacuum happening and then now everything is in total chaos? Okay, so forget television. So right now a vacuum happened in America, on Earth, because America is no longer the leader of the planet because of the Democrats. Why? That's why every nation is at war. That's why we got wars breaking out everywhere. That's just an actual example that we can use right now because it's currently happening. The Democrats have made America weak. Not made us look weak. Have literally made America weak. Every other country is now attempting to either attack America or attack the people that they do not like. We got wars breaking out in Russia, Ukraine, in the freaking Middle East, which is always bananas. And we also got situations breaking out, with North Korea and China over there messing with those islands over there. So we got like a ton of, and we got stuff happening in Africa. And don't forget Haiti. So this is what weak leadership does. So the Democrats have absolutely destroyed our standing on the planet, which has made a vacuum. It created a vacuum. So smart law enforcement never want to create a vacuum because that makes crime go up. In reality, what you want is the mother effers that's in charge of the crime until you can figure out a way to get rid of all of the crime. The mother effers in charge of the crime. Just have principles and there's just certain things they're not going to get down with. That's the reason why Italian mobs are treated differently than black gangs. That's the part y'all guys don't get. When y'all out here trying to be as savage and as ignorant as possible. That's the part y'all don't get. That's why the mafia still exists. Ain't going nowhere. They're going to exist in this decade, the next one, and the next one after. But you know, that gang you're a part of, they might not. They might not exist after these decades. The government might pull up and decide, you know what? By getting rid of you, we don't create a vacuum. You're not big enough. You guys haven't lasted long enough. And your existence is of no benefit to society. People better wake up. In any regard, how does this pertain to this situation? I don't think that the government is going to go after all of the individuals on the Diddy tape. I don't think the government is going to go after all of the individuals that they know that are a part of these fiascos. I just don't think that they are, because they don't want to create a vacuum. Real quick, you know that they're saying that SA crimes have just absolutely skyrocketed since the Democrats opened up the border, right? Just absolutely through the roof. Aren't the Democrats the ones that's supposed to be for women's right and the protection of women? So why are they doing things that's making women more vulnerable and now creating a situation where some of them are being unalived and raped? Just a question. Don't worry. Y'all about to all understand real soon. Let's finish this. In a lawsuit filed Wednesday in Texas, Busby claimed that Roc Nation has financed Carter's attorneys at the law firm Quinn Manuel have orchestrated an effort to solicit his clients to bring cases against Busby. Defendants have conspired to obstruct justice by engaging shadowy operations to illegally seek out more than 24 current and former clients of the Busby law firm to convince those clients to bring frivolous lawsuits against the Busby law firm, the lawsuit states. Busby claims in a lawsuit that more than 24 clients of his firm have been solicited, allegedly that some have been approached by individuals who pretend to work for the state of Texas and who have flashed fake badges. The lawsuit states that his firm's clients have provided audio for alleged interactions in which the individuals were offered money to take action against Busby. I want to say something real quick. What this leads me to believe is that there's a good chance that they approach people numerous different times, like more than once. Like they approached them and then the person probably was like, nah, I'm not with that. I'm not on that type of time. And then the people probably called the law firm like, yo, the police is out here asking about y'all. What's good? Like, if there's anybody you talk to the police on, it's not your attorney, fam. It's not the mofo that knows all of the things that whether you did it or not. Like, if you're going to snitch on anyone, fam, don't snitch on your freaking attorney. That's bananas. Like, what did they, unless they did something directly to you? The suit includes transcripts of the alleged conversation. Former clients began to be contacted after Busby had sent a demand letter to Carter's lawyer in November. Busby told CNN on Wednesday that he will provide the court audio recordings as evidence should they be requested. CNN has not listened to the audio recordings and cannot independently verify the authenticity of the transcript included in Wednesday filing. We're going to go to a commercial break real quick. Be right back.
So if you are a student between the 8th grade and 10th, 11th, you should be thinking about your future, right? Let me be completely honest with you. Application process, competition level, and all the things that you need to fill out is absolutely brutal. Listen, I understand you're freaking out if you're looking at all the application stuff. I'm here for you. First, you don't want to disappoint your parents. Second, you want to be at the top when compared to your friends because they are your competition. 3, the most important one, how are you even going to afford this? Are you going to be able to afford the loans? Are your parents going to be able to afford it? Are you going to get it done? And finally, to me, the most important, What is it that you're going to do in college? You want to be able to go there and actually enjoy your future. So is it really going to be worth it? Absolutely. Hi, my name is Gregory Adress, and I am a college coach, college advisor, and an educator. Over the last 10 years, I've had hundreds of students just like you get into the prestigious universities like Cornell, NYU, Columbia, and Harvard. Comment education below to get a free checklist from me so it can be an easier process for you to where you want to be.
My mama always told me I could be whatever I wanted, so I became a problem.
All right, we back. I needed a second real quick. All right, let's get back to this article real quick. Swoop. I'm putting on every screen except for the one I want. Sheesh. We got some stuff over there too. Give me a minute. All right, Busby told CNN on Wednesday that he will provide the court the audio recordings as evidence should they be requested. CNN has not listened to the audio recordings and cannot independently verify the authenticity of the transcripts included in Monday's filing. Paying individuals to file false claims is unethical and criminal in the state of Texas. Impersonating a state official is a crime. In at least one case, the defendant's agents offered as much as $10,000 to a former client of the Busby law firm to sue the firm. The complaint reads their agents were caught on audio tape red-handed. Busby is suing Roc Nation, Quinn Emmanuel, and others he claims are associated in the so-called solicitation scheme for what the hell is that?
Barratry.
Barratry is the act of encouraging lawsuits between others in order to create legal business for one's personal gain and profit. Barratry is illegal in U.S. states. Attorneys who are found guilty of Barratry will be subject to criminal punishment or discipline by the bar. Woozes. Okay, let's get back to this. Busby is suing Roc Nation, Quinn Emanuel, and others as he claims are associated in the so-called solicitation scheme for Barratry and conspiracy to commit Barratry in the state of Texas. The suit is being filed on behalf of the former client of Busby law firm, who claims he was subject to solicitation and offered money to sue Busby's firm. The complaint states that I keep getting ready to say compliant for some strange reason. The complaint states that his former client was contacted out of the blue by two individuals claiming to be investigators looking into Busby's firm. To date, Busby's firm, on behalf of clients, has filed 20 lawsuits against Combs that included allegations of SA. Attorneys for Combs have denied the allegations. So I want to stop right here for a second. So just so we could be clear, Jay-Z is being accused, and the law firms are being accused, or the optics are that they got involved. The optics are that they got involved with this because there's a chance that Jay-Z might be also involved in this. Because as far as I can tell, there's only one individual that named Jay-Z involved in this particular situation, and that's the 13-year-old, the person who was 13 when the crime was committed against him. That's the only person that I see that they're saying Jay-Z's name. No one else is, I think, saying Jay-Z's name. So the question is this: are there other people that we don't know that they're saying Jay-Z's name, but they are currently saying Jay-Z's name? Are there other people? I'm curious about that. I'm curious to know if there are other complaints out there that are people actually saying it was Jay-Z's over here that's involved in the Diddy situation. And if that is so, because remember, Jay-Z's name was basically kept out of the press. Like they were saying initially P. Diddy, somebody, and then it was like an unidentified individual, right? That you know, they knew who the person was, but they were not identifying the individual. Now it turns out that is allegedly supposed to be Jay-Z. So how many other people are unidentified individuals in these claims? I want to ask. And also, I want to say something about Jaguar Wright real quick. So I seen an interview where she was like, she was a dominatrix. She was a sex worker. Could she be doing all of this talking to make sure that her name don't come up in nothing? Could she be doing all of this talking to make sure her name don't come up in nothing? And you know what that directly leads me to believe? She feels, I wouldn't be surprised if she doesn't just feel bad about some of her behavior or some of the things that she's done. But that means that she was personally in there as one of the individuals that was doing the abuse. I think you should listen to what she has to say. That's what I'm saying. I don't know how we should feel about it. But she said Jay-Z is worse than the Diddy. And I'm going to keep repeating this. And the reason why I'm keeping repeating this is because I keep trying to explain to y'all that the people that's mad at me ain't these weirdos that you see on the internet. The people that's mad at me got real money. Now, pay attention. She said one of the things that Jay-Z did, this is allegedly, I do not know any of this to be true. But she said one of the things that Jay-Z did was there was a specific girl that they had drugged and did whatever to. And they held her captive over a long period of time. She was not allowed to leave wherever they had her at. For whatever the reason is, at some point or another, they let her go. Now she's in the public again. But she doesn't even remember all of that time because they drugged her. And they gave her shit to fuck her brain up. So she don't even remember. And every so often, when she starts having memories or some shit like that, they re-kidnap her and do the same thing to her again and torture her. She said Jay-Z does that. I don't know whether he does that or not, but that's some evil shit. Y'all better start paying way more close attention to the weirdos that be in your neighborhood following people around. Y'all be having the ops living in your fucking neighborhood. And all the ops gotta do is tell y'all a lie about another person. And y'all just right on board with whatever evil they doing. Y'all just 100% in. You don't even know this nigga they lying on. But you just 100% in. You know how many people, if this story is true, you know how many people who probably think that they're good people that helped them keep recapturing that girl? They probably thought that that girl was some kind of bad person. They probably told them that girl did some evil shit. So all of these people that think that they're good, being all self-righteous and everything else, is busy out there attacking that girl. I'm going to tell you one of the most evilest things that people do, and they don't even realize how evil this is, and it has everything to do with pride. So I'm going to tell you why I believe, this is a personal thing I'm going to tell y'all, but this is the best way for me to reflect on the topic. A lot of these people that's out here doing this evil shit to me, it's just because they don't want to admit that they're wrong, that somebody lied to them and fooled them. So now they're doing everything in the world to try to prove whatever negative thing they said about me is true. So whatever lies they was running around the neighborhood telling people, they going out of their way as much as possible to harass me so I could constantly look like I'm crazy. But in reality, so they got this new thing where every time I go outside, somebody walks up to me that tries to blow smoke in my face of some kind. It's for real. Like, and it's crazy. So every time, whenever I'm outside, there's always somebody trying to stand next to me smoking a cigarette, blowing smoke at me. For the people that don't believe me, that live out here, look for yourself. Just look for yourself. And it's not a coincidence. It's not just people smoking, because you will see me walking down the block, rush to get their cigarettes and light up. You'll see them doing that. You'll see them across the street, just minding their business, see me, light up a cigarette, then walk across the street and try to come by me. You will see them literally do this. It's bananas. But basically, that's what I'm going through. You know, people that instead of them just admitting that because they know they did some evil shit to me that I probably don't even know about. And they know they just did some evil shit. Just some absolute evil shit. That there's no way that they'll be able to look at their fellow human being and be like, I'm really not a bad person. Like, there's no way they'll be able to look at their fellow human being and convince them that they're not a bad person for doing this evil shit to this nigga that didn't do nothing to nobody. So they're going triple and double hard with the I'm actually a bad person, even though I haven't done anything nowhere ever. Like, nowhere. Why am I saying all of this? What do you think the Democrats do? And the reason why I'm saying the Democrats is because how do you think Jay-Z allegedly and specifically Sean Combs were able to hide for so long? By using all of the same tactics that these people are using against me. How you think they was able to hide so long? As soon as anybody accused them of doing the thing that they're actually doing, they put an harassment thing on them and make them a targeted individual. So now this person is being harassed and said, I'm going to be harassed till I die. Like, these people ain't never going nowhere. Like, they ain't never going nowhere. I'm going to be getting harassed till I die. It is what it is. That's just my life now. It is what it is. Is this or die? Those are my two options. There's the only two options I got. Be harassed until I die or die. Those are my two options in any regard. You think about that sometimes, like, sheesh. Like, these people, like, you know how evil that gotta be for you to know that you're wrong, but you don't want no one else to know that you're wrong. So you're trying everything that you do to harass the person even more, to try to make them look like there's something wrong with them, and all they trying to do is live. Not evil you gotta be. Not evil that is. Like, even if you thought you were right initially, now you know that you're wrong, because there's no question of it. But you just keep pushing harder and harder and harder and harder and harder. I want to segue into something real quick. Obviously Democratic shit. But I want to segue into something. I want to show y'all something. Give me the title of the damn... Alright, it's not giving me the title. Alright, so I'm going to assume this is one of the videos that I want to show you.
Ultimately, this is why so many Americans turned against the Democratic Party. They created this crisis, then told you that their suffering wasn't real or significant, and then lied and said the border was secure and the border was closed. And now, for one last twist of the knife, the Biden administration is practically giving away the border wall materials, pennies on the dollar, only out of spite to slow Donald Trump's ability to keep his promise to secure the border. That means you will pay for more border wall materials, and you'll pay a lot more. So really, they're hurting us. These Democrats breathlessly smearing Donald Trump for years, all while claiming to be so virtuous, protectors of democracy and the rule of law. They embarked on one witch hunt after another. It's been 9 long years. Get Trump, get Trump, get Trump, and exclaimed that no one's above the law. And then Biden pardoned his own son, Hunter, and more to come, by the way, for an 11-year crime spree, letting him off the hook for gun charges, tax charges, and so much more. And Joe is only getting started.
So basically, that's what the Democrats did. They lie all of this time. Never stop lying. They just keep lying. But now they can't tell the truth. Because if they tell the truth, then you'll realize that the thing that they did it for evil purposes. They didn't do it to help nobody. They didn't do it to try to benefit anyone except themselves. They didn't have y'all doing any of these agendas because they even believed in any of the agendas. They just had y'all doing this type of shit because it was all about controlling you. I got another slide real quick. I want to just play that one because I'm not a... So check this out. So in I think this is 79 or something like that. Reagan says a thing, right? Listen to what he says, and then listen to what Kamala Harris says after.
Today, they're taking almost half of every dollar earned in the United States. And most people don't realize it because the taxes are hidden in the so-called business taxes. You know, the politician that stands up and yells, oh, let's save the little man, let's tax business, and everybody yells, hooray. But they haven't figured out that every tax on business is just a part of the cost of production. And the customer winds up paying it when he buys the product. It's a hidden sales tax. There's 116 of them in our...
I'm going to rewind in 1 second, but I want to point something out. So the Democrats keep telling you that if they raise tariffs, that your products are going to be more expensive, right? So they understand that if you tax a business, the business's products are going to go up. They understand this. Right? Give me 1 second. This shouldn't be hard to find. Give me 1 second. 1 freaking second.
We can transform you from
Let's go look at a... Let's see what CNN has to say, because let's go look at liberal leanings. $7 days. Here's what could be significantly more expensive under Trump's tariffs. I just want to explain this to y'all. The import taxes are set to spike under the incoming administration, forcing Americans to pay more for everything from foreign-made sneakers to toys to food, according to new research. The items that are most vulnerable to price spikes from President Trump's... Look, so they know that if you charge taxes or tariffs, because all a tariff is a tax on goods that's coming from another country. That's what a a tax on the import or export of goods and services between countries. So, I want to be clear on this. Are you trying to tell me...
Today, they're taking almost half of every dollar earned in the United States.
I want to be clear on this. Are you trying to tell me that our Democratic politicians want to tax Americans, but they don't want to tax other countries, but they want to tax you? And they know that when they tax the American companies, that the American products are going to cost more money, but they don't want to put tariffs on foreign products. So they only want you buying foreign? Why is that? Why are the Democrats more concerned with China's products being affordable and not as concerned with American products being affordable? Please, somebody who is a left Democrat, explain this to me.
They're taking almost half of every dollar earned in the United States.
They know.
And most people don't realize it because the taxes are hidden in the so-called business taxes. You know, the politician that stands up and yells, oh, let's save the little man, let's tax business, and everybody yells hooray. But they haven't figured out that every tax on business is just a part of the cost of production. And the customer winds up paying it when he buys the product. It's a hidden sales tax. There's 116 of them in the suit of clothes that each one of us is wearing.
We're going to have to raise corporate taxes, and we're going to have to make sure that the biggest corporations and billionaires pay their fair share. That's just it. It's about paying their fair share. I am not mad at anyone for achieving success, but everyone should pay their fair share.
I'm going to rewind her part because
Today, they're taking almost half.
I just need this to sink
hidden
in.
sales tax. There's 116 of them in the suit of clothes that each one of us is wearing.
We're going to have to raise corporate taxes, and we're going to have to make sure that the biggest corporations and billionaires pay their fair share. That's just it. It's about paying their fair share. I am not mad at anyone for achieving success, but everyone should pay their fair share.
Stop thinking people are doing bad things by accident. Sometimes people do bad things by accident. They get tricked. Maybe they just don't know no better. But a majority of the times, the outcome be the intended outcome. That's what they were trying to do the whole entire time. I believe that by the time the end of this Diddy thing is over, there's going to be politicians. Because right now, there are politicians trying to fight to not be named. There are actors and everybody else trying to fight not to be named. Did y'all hear what happened to Ellen DeGeneres? Hold on, let me show you something real quick. Do we still need this? No, we don't need this. We don't need that. Just get some of these things off here. We don't need. Close some of these windows. I still want to show y'all that, so I'll leave that up there. Hold on. Yeah, I've seen this Ellen DeGeneres thing. Hold on, let me show you some shit. I don't know how to spell her name. Ellen DeGeneres. Like, I've always... What's her real name? Is that her real name? That's literally her real name. That's wild. I always took it at... Why does she go by Lee? I think Lee's a cool name. I guess Ellen, because she want to make sure people know I am a woman, even though I also likes the womans. So I guess that's why. But anyway, whenever I saw her name, I always thought degenerate. I'm not gonna lie, I always thought Ellen DeGeneres. Anyway, neither here nor there. So Ellen DeGeneres, I think she loses her immunity in England, I think. It's something like that. Immunity, what the fuck? England or something like that? Hold on, let me see if I can get the thing up I'm looking for real quick. So basically what happened was the prince over there or the king over there took back her immunity. That's the whole reason why she moved there. Because they said that they weren't going to extradite her back to New York or back to America. They said real reason, but we're not doing that. We're not picking up nobody's conspiracy theories. We're not doing that. Let's say can get deported. Let's do that. I know what I'm looking for. They're not even talking about it positive or negative, but I do know what I'm looking for. Oh, she mentioned it on my birthday. She talked about how she got kicked out of Hollywood. Anyway, so allegedly, I can't find it, so I'm going to leave it. I'm not going to discuss it with y'all. But allegedly, there was a report out there that she had some kind of agreement with the country of England that she would not be deported back to America. And allegedly, they have reneged on that promise. And now she might be able to get deported back to America. Let me just do. Wait, hold on. I think I thought of another thing. Let's see. Ellen DeGeneres, and then put Prince Charles. I should put King Charles, right? Because he's King Charles now, right? She's the 15th cousin of Kate Middleton. It would make sense that a lot of people in the movie industry are related to you, because that's the business your family is in. So, probably not the entirety of your family, but a big portion of your family. So that would make sense. Hold on one second. Okay, so look at this. Also apparently hearing about the thing that we don't know about yet. We'll see, but I'm still searching. But look at this. Ellen DeGeneres might be a secret weapon for Prince Harry to get Meghan Markle back to the UK. Huh? Meghan Markle's part of Hollywood. A person from Hollywood being alleged to be a secret weapon in order to get a different person from Hollywood to do a thing. That sounds sketchy. Ella DeGeneres and Portia de Rossi, who was pretty. She's not pretty no more. Could I just say something? And I don't want to be funny. So, I don't particularly think Ellen DeGeneres is attractive. But could we get a young picture of Ellen DeGeneres real quick? Let's say 25 years old, right? I don't think she's particularly attractive. She's not ugly, she's not a bad looking woman. She's not for me. This is some young pictures of her. She's not for me. I'm just being honest, fam. She's not for me. I'm not going to see her and be like, oh, that's a baddie. She's not for me. So let's look at Portia de Rossi for a second. I just want to show y'all something. And you could take it however you want to take it. That's one of probably the best picture you're ever gonna find for her as long as she lives. By the way, she's not ugly. I think that we have a problem in America specifically where we just deem somebody ugly or attractive. There's people that aren't either. For you're personal. You're not attracted to them, but you also aren't not attracted to them, I guess. I don't know. In any regard, let's look at Portia de whatever her name is real quick. Portia. I keep saying Portia. Let's look at Portia real quick. I just want to point something out. This is you could say whatever you want with it. I don't even care. You can feel however you want about it. I just want to point something out. Now she's just absolutely freaking beautiful. And then she stopped being beautiful. I wonder what happened. Beautiful. Stopped being beautiful. Now she's okay looking. Let's see some more. Look, even they kind of noticed it. But nah, she's still attractive in the now right then. That was a long time ago. Look, you can see, it's there, but I don't know what's up with the haircut. Used to be not beautiful no more. Tell me where the lie's at, fam. She just look evil right there. Like they look like there's a spirit on her. I ain't even gonna lie to you. Tell me where the lie's at. What the fuck? Why she look so evil right there? What the hell, fam? Why does she look so evil right here? Like these people, I just don't trust them, fam. Why does she look so evil right there? Like what the fuck did she just come from doing? And is that a Good Morning America logo she's in front of? I know I'm just like off on a tangent right now. I'm about to make a point in 2 seconds. Okay, she's still okay, but she's not attractive no more. Like she's not ugly. I just think she just looks like a dude. Like once you start looking like a dude to me, like it's everything is out the window. Like there's just, if I look at you and I think man, any part of me think man, like how can I have sex with you? I don't understand. She just looks evil. Why does she look evil in all of these photos? And why does freaking, in most of these photos, have y'all noticed that Ellen DeGeneres looks pretty sad? In a lot of the photos that they're together. Anybody else notice that shit? Maybe she's just a sad person? But why she look like she's being held captive? All right, here goes one where she doesn't look so sad. Sheesh. That's back when Portia was still fine. She ain't fine no more. It could be also, not for nothing, these white women specifically get a lot of that Botox shit. So, all right, let's get off of that. I'm just talking right now. Anything else y'all want to talk about, put it in the chat. I'm just going off. I'm just talking right now at the moment. Huh. Save 50% on HP Chromebook today only at Best Buy. Just in case any of y'all wanted to, where the hell was the thing at? Did I close it out or some shit? Oh, I see. I closed it out. Whoops. It's like, what in the hell did I just do? Hold on. Check this out. I'm going to show you this real quick since anybody might be buying a computer. 50% Chromebook, Best Buy. But at Best Buy, arrive every day as the lead up to the past week has seen Best Buy besting themselves every day with each new flash. 14-inch Intel Celeron computer laptop available for just $129. That shit could probably not do nothing. That can't do nothing. 4 gigabytes of RAM. This is just if you got a little kid. Your little kid need a computer. This can't do nothing. Storage is halfway decent, but it can't do nothing. Think about it like this. You got programs that's going to be 100 gigabytes. You got, how many gigabytes is, Photoshop takes up about 4 gigabytes. Adobe itself takes up 16 gigabytes. It's only 32. That's half of the fucking gigabytes. Your shit still needs to be able to work and process shit. Anyway, yeah, that computer's not for nothing. That computer's just to surf the internet. That's all that computer's for. This is just for surfing the internet. Don't let them trick you. I'm not gonna act like I ain't never been tricked, but this is just for surfing the internet. That's all. That's not for nothing else. If you got a kid, you want to buy your kid a computer and shit, they could feel popular and shit. But I'm gonna get a computer. Why is she always looking sad? You know, they said that she was beyond the death of Homegirl, the other chick she used to be with. And apparently there's more domestic violence in woman-on-woman relationships than in relationships with anyone else. Like woman-on-woman, female with female relationships, like domestic violence is through the roof. The least is men-on-men relationships, but I think that's the most.
That's the most violence. There's no violence. There's no relationship where there's more violence happening than when two men are in love. Oh man, shout out to y'all niggas out there in love with each other. Not a real shout out because I can't condone that type of behavior. But do whatever you do. God says that you have the free will to choose how you want to live. All right? I'm not here to prevent you from having your God-given choice to get banged by another dude. I'm not here to prevent it. I'm just not going to be either which one of those dudes. I'm not going to be the banger or the bangee. This is not happening. Oh, man. Yo, watch when y'all find out how many people these dudes essayed. How many men these dudes essayed that were not even in the dudes. Watch when y'all find out how many dudes that never been with a man ever. That's not their thing. They don't do that. Right? They don't do that. That's not their thing. They're against it. And then they go to one of these parties, and then next thing you know, they wake up with their butt hurt. Niggas wake up with hemorrhoids. That's actually not funny. So, I'm going to explain something. So, and this is why I think the city needs to start. There's only one reason. I'll say this real quick. There's only one reason why I want the city to start making a big deal about the drug problem, weed specifically. Because there are people out here selling weed mixed with shit to people who only smoke weed. And now you got a motherfucker walking around smoking some shit that they don't smoke. Why there's people believing that this is the shit that they actually do smoke, and this is the type of time that they into. You understand what I'm saying? And you probably got niggas that know, yo, that spot sell lace shit and don't tell other people. So I think, this is just my belief, I think that the city, whenever they find out that a store, or especially like a store or something like that, is selling some weed, I think they should go test the weed. And test it over a period of time. And if you don't find nothing in the weed that is not supposed to be in the weed, and the weed isn't too low grade of quality, I think that they should consider allowing that place to have some type of provisional license. And I think every single which individual that you find selling any kind of weed whatsoever, even though it's decriminalized, if it has anything in it, I think they should be arrested immediately and be charged on the other drug that was in the weed. Because the weed is decriminalized, fine. But you put some other shit in there. That's not. And that's what I think they should do. Because you can't tell me that a weed spot could have the contaminated weed and the uncontaminated weed. Like they got the shit, the people that they like, that they gonna sell the weed to, that don't got nothing in it. Then they got the people that they don't like, that they gonna sell the fucked up weed to. You can't tell me that there's no cross-contamination, because there has to be. If you know anything about science. If they're bagging those two places in the same area, there's cross-contamination. So that's what I think they should do. And because I believe you're going to find more places that's doing it wrong than you're going to find places that's doing it right. And that's just going to solve all of the problems. And they'll have a provisional license. Whereas there's certain things that they can sell and certain things that they can't sell. They'll have a provisional license that they're allowed to be open a certain time of the day. And then at another time of the day, they have to be closed. A provisional license. If any children is seen walking into the store, even accompanied with an adult, it's an issue. So every single shop has to have a security guard at the door. A provisional. See, this is how you create what we have to do
especially if we want to say weed is legal and it's decriminalized, and obviously everybody doesn't use it, but it's decriminalized. But what you want to do is make it safe. So if they stop trying to shut down all of the places that are illegally selling, and they start first going after the places that are selling shit that they're not supposed to be selling, all of the problems are going to solve itself. All of the problems is going to solve itself. And you notice, I didn't say anything about picking up niggas on the street yet, because we're not going after them. Now, at least not at the moment. We're way more concerned with the people who have buildings that they're selling weed out of, that people are coming to purchase, that are not up and up. That's either too low quality or it got something in it. Because 9 times out of 10, they put something in it when the quality is too low. So that's why the quality can't be too low. Like, it has to be over a certain THC content. You understand what I'm saying? So the person isn't buying bullshit. So you don't feel a need to put any kind of filler or anything in there. Anyway, in any regard, I think that these are, and for the people that's like, well, then nobody should just, that's not an issue. That's not the point at this point. There's a law put in place. The Bible says that we are allowed to live, that we're supposed to live under the laws of the nation that we currently reside in. Right now, we're in the nation of America, right? If we're considering that to be the nation, right? The physical representation of the space in which we consume, that we inhabit, right? Just saying. Anyway, it's 11:11 right on the dot. I just looked down at the clock. I got some clips I want to show y'all.
Taking almost
Besides the
half
clips
of
that I
every
already
dollar
showed
earned
y'all.
in-
Let's get to them. So, you know how I constantly, we have a segment on here that we call Democrats Always Lying. So, let's check out this Letitia. I think it's Letitia James, right? Letitia James. Which is the Letitia from the Black Panther? Let me just get this shit straight real quick. I think it's Letitia James, right? And she quit Black Panther, by the way. Yeah, it's Letitia James. And she quit Black Panther, by the way. The Black Panther, what's her name real quick? Just because I just want to know. Hold on. Black Panther. Her name is Letitia Wright. Letitia Wright. She apparently quit Black Panther, which is its own bag of fuckery, because they wanted to try to make girl boss such a thing that they just destroyed the whole Black Panther. For people that don't get it, Black Panther is one of the most quintessential characters in Marvel Comics. He is one of the most important characters in Marvel Comics. Just so you can understand, with the most full gravity that I can give you, he is the richest person on Earth, who is the king of the most advanced civilization on the planet. So much so that when people usually when aliens usually try to invade Earth, they hit Wakanda first. That's what that whole thing in Endgame was. Was it Endgame or Infinity War was, that people don't get? In reality, in the comics, whenever Earth is getting invaded, they send niggas to Wakanda first, because Wakanda ain't playing. They have the most advanced weapons, the most advanced military. And for everybody that thinks the Iron Man suit is dope, Black Panther suit is better. They didn't even show you how dope Black Panther suit actually is in the movies. And I want to add one more thing for you to really understand how dope this character is. In the comic books, he's king of the dead. Hold on. I want to show you some stuff, but I want to have this conversation. In the comic books, Black Panther is king of the freaking dead. While Shuri, Storm, and Sue dealt with the influx of Anubis agents, T'Challa asked Reed to follow him into the necropolis found underneath Wakanda. There, the goddess Bast returned T'Challa, to Black Panther status and made him Wakanda's king of the dead. While Shuri would continue leading the living. You understand how messed up they was? They let that, they killed Black Panther instead of recasting. We should be so pissed. I don't really want to get into how pissed we should be, but the level of pissed we should be incredible. We should have never went for that. Us as black men should have never went for that. But us as black men are told whenever black women want something, we got to acquiesce. But we should have never went for that as black men. As black men, we were supposed to be so pissed off. And just so we could be clear, Black Panther's first appearance was in 1966. Shout out to Stan Lee and Jack Kirby. What the hell is T'Challa's full name? I just realized that we only call him T'Challa. You know what? It is what it is. That's his name. It's just one word. Anyway, let's get back to what we was talking about. My fault. I get distracted a little. In any regard. Oh, that's in a moment. We're not talking about that yet. In any regard, let's look at some of these clips real quick. I don't know what this one is. I didn't label it.
Sir, please, I don't care what Brandon Johnson tell you. Please come clean up Chicago, Illinois. We need you, Tom Homan. This place sucks right now. And like you said, our city sucks because our governor sucks and our mayor sucks. You were absolutely right about that. And I mean, it couldn't get more broad than that. And I just really appreciate you coming here, just speaking to the people of Chicago, you know, listening to us more than our own mayor. You're actually doing a better job than the mayor is when it comes to listening to us. Tom?
Well, look, I was there 2 weeks ago, and I spoke to the people there, and you're right. I said the mayor sucks and the governor sucks because of them protecting illegal aliens in your city, especially criminal illegal aliens. Their number one responsibility is protecting the communities. So look, I made a promise 2 weeks ago that I'd be back, and I will be back. When this operation starts, I will be in Chicago. And men and women at ICE are going to be on the streets doing their job. So I appreciate your support. And I met with, when I was out there, I met with black pastors. I met with leaders of the community. They're all on the same page. The only one on a different page is the mayor. And we're going to prove to him that we can come in and make that city safer with or without his help.
I want to say something. So you know how, with all due respect, I'm not saying this in no way to be disrespectful to women. But you know how when us as men get into a disagreement or we have a difference of opinion or a point of view of a woman, right? Do y'all pay attention to how everything becomes emotional? Like we can't talk about the logistics anymore. So we're talking about a thing. And we're right about it because the facts all help us. The facts state we're right about a thing. But we can't talk about the thing that we're right about. We only could talk about how she feels about whatever the topic is. Right? So even if we're right, she doesn't like, or the thing that makes it right makes her unhappy. So now that's an issue and that's a problem. That's literally how the Democrats control y'all. Literally. And that's why they have to lean on black women. Because that's how the Democrats control y'all. They know as soon as anyone brings up a topic that they don't like, or they're going to talk about is how it makes them feel. So now you can never talk about the actual topic. Because if we don't talk about how it makes you feel, then that means that we don't have no empathy and we don't care about you. Even though how it makes you feel is the least important aspect of what the conversation is on. Like that's the least important thing. There's so many more things. It's way more important than how you feel about it. So now we all got to lose because you don't like the way winning is going to make you feel. This is why we need more black male voices, not just men. There's a lot of male voices out there, but they've convinced you that all white men are evil, apparently. And I'm black and I'm a black man, so I'm supposed to also agree that all white men are evil. I don't think that, by the way. So I can't really talk. This isn't a subject I could discuss because I'm black and I'm a man. So I'm supposed to be like Hawk Newsom, who absolutely disappeared after that bullshit. I'll talk about that in 2 seconds. I'd be like Hawk Newsom. No matter what a white man does, I have to hate him. I think that's insanity. Some of the worst things that have ever been done to me have been done by black people. I don't even think the shit that white people have done to me, there's probably only one thing ever in the history of me being alive that comes anywhere close to the damage that black people have done to me in my life. So for me to be sitting around thinking about racism is insanity. That's counterintuitive. Most of you individuals that constantly complain about racism, y'all don't even experience racism. You live with your own people all day, every day. You don't go around white people. You experience zero racism, but yet you complain about it all the time. That's why I think black people complain about the police, because that's your only opportunity to complain about racism. Because any other time something bad is happening, it's your own people. And you don't want to call out your own people because niggas is suckers. So niggas don't want to be like, yo, my own people holding me back. They rather lie about it and say it's racism. No, it's not. It's your own people. Wherever you're at, there's people who are extremely jealous. Wherever you're at, there's people that don't have no skills. Wherever you're at, there's people that just don't got nothing going on for themselves. So no matter how great you are, they want other people to believe those same things about you. Because in their mind, y'all all the same. You know, those 5 to 6 years you spent in college don't mean nothing. Your diplomas, your degrees, it don't mean nothing. To them, y'all just the same. The 40 or 50 years that they spent getting high, most you ever did was smoke some weed and drink alcohol. But to them, y'all just the same. They done been in jail for 10 years of their life. Prison, pardon me, not jail, prison. They done been in prison 10, 15 years. You've only ever been to jail for a couple of months. Maybe, you know, if you add everything together, it's been about 2 years in jail. If you add every instance together. Maybe. But you think you're just like this individual who had to spend 15 years in prison, locked up with other men. See, this is the problem that we have. People spend so much time dealing with other people that are jealous, dealing with other people that's doing evil to them. And then they don't even want to talk about them rat bastards. They want to go talk about the white man. In your neighborhood, who owns almost everything? The white man. But who does the white man hire to run almost everything? And that's why nobody can really talk to me about racism. They can be like, yo, but racism, you act like I never said racism don't exist. I just think that self-hate is more prevalent. I think the self-hate that our community has for itself is a bigger deal. I think the fact that I can't go to the supermarket without somebody coming in there and harassing me, and 9 times out of 10, they're going to look just like me, is the issue. I think that the fact that I can't just go outside and walk outside without black women walking up to me and just insulting me. Like, it's bananas. They just walk past me and just insult me. And then people be like, why am I not trying to talk to any of them? What are you talking about? If I'm going to talk to any woman, it's not going to be a black one. I promise you that. I'm just going to be sitting at home the whole entire time. Whenever I see any black woman, all I could think about is how black women always insult me. I'm just being honest with you. Even the ones that I know that are kind to me. Every time I see a black woman, all I think about is how black women are always insulting me. That's the first thing that comes to my head. %100% of the time. Also, whenever I see one in church, if I see one on the bus, if I see one on the train, if I see one in the store. Check this out. I tried to get this clip for y'all earlier, but I wasn't able to. Not this specific clip, but it was a clip on this specific topic, and we're about to talk about this in 2 seconds regarding Fani Willis. So I'm gonna let y'all. How long is this clip? It's not too long. Listen to this.
That Donald Trump has wanted for a long.
In the last several minutes, this is a big development.
A big development, and a big development that Donald Trump has wanted for a long time. That case against him in Georgia, the criminal case, where it's accusing him and several others of a racketeering conspiracy related to the 2020 election, it's already been paused. Now, it's not even backburnered. This is a case that will be dead in the water because the Georgia Court of Appeals is now saying that Fani Willis, the leader of the prosecution against Donald Trump, the district attorney in Fulton County, Georgia, she should be disqualified from being able to bring that case. The Georgia Court of Appeals is saying that it's a significant appearance of impropriety caused by the conduct of a public prosecutor. That is Willis, how she behaved, how she was speaking about the case, about Trump publicly, about how she was having a relationship with the top prosecutor that was concealed in this, a man named Nathan Wade. All of that previously the trial level judge had looked at and said, Fani Willis can stay on this case. We're not dismissing the indictment, but the Court of Appeals is now taking another look and saying, no, the trial judge was wrong. Fani Willis should be disqualified.
Begin this out. Is just coming in the last several minutes.
All right, so I'm about to show y'all a news article, but before I show y'all the news article, I want to say something. So we already had this discussion, and I told y'all that this was going to happen because the case that she has against Trump is not a case. That's one. Two, when Trump won that presidency, the reason why you see all of these things that's in court losing right now, all of these cases that were going against him losing right now, is because all of these claims against him were frivolous. They were bullshit ass claims. But the judges didn't feel like just letting him off, knowing that it was bullshit claims, because then they still got to deal with the sitting president and the vice president. So them not knowing who was going to win, it was just good for their careers to wait until after the election. So a lot of these cases that deal with Trump, people were just waiting until after the election. That's it. That's the only reason why they was still anything going on with them. And that's why you see as immediately after the election happened, now you see all of these different situations absolutely evaporating. All right, let's look at this real quick. Georgia appeal court disqualifies Fani Willis from Trump election interference. Before we show you that, I want to show you something else real quick. Check this out.
Georgia prosecutor in the Trump election meddling case testifies before the House Judiciary Committee. That's Nathan Wade, and he admitted he met with White House staff on several occasions while working on the investigation that was led by Fulton County DA Fani Willis. He also says he had to brush up on his knowledge of racketeering law. So that continued.
So, So, Georgia appeals court disqualifies Fani Willis. Now, you just heard what happened. Her boyfriend, who was actually an attorney that does not work in her office, but she hired him specifically for this case as a special prosecutor, had a meeting with the White House about this particular prosecution. and he's busy prosecuting. The prosecution was against Trump, who is actually the political rival of the sitting president in the White House. So all of this is absolute BS and should have never happened. The Georgia Court of Appeals has disqualified Fulton County District Attorney Fani Willis from a 2020 election interference case against President-elect Donald Trump. Now, for everybody that don't know, most of these other counties either have no interest in prosecuting Trump or don't have the manpower to prosecute Trump. So this case is dead. In a shocking ruling on Thursday, the second division of the Peach State's Appellate Court denied a request to throw out the case entirely, but granted a motion to kick off Willis, who led the indictment against Trump's 78 and 18 co-defendants last year. Once again, other in Fulton County, which it has to be, where this has to be held at or whatever the case is, or pardon me, in Georgia, there is no other DA's office that can take the case. It was this office or no office. The other offices either don't have the manpower or, quite honestly, don't have the inclination. They're not inclined. Judge Trenton, wait, what this says. Fani Willis is disqualified. Judge Trenton Brown, in a 12-page order, said Trump and 8 other co-defendants had numerous grounds to appeal the case after a lower court imposed an improper remedy despite concluding that Willis's prosecution had a significant appearance of impropriety. Once again, they just didn't want to throw it out of court because they wanted to see what was going to happen with the election. Another thing people don't realize is, and I think one of the main people that don't realize this is the Democrats who voted. Have you seen all of these weirdos online? Like, y'all voted for him, now you're going to get what y'all deserved. While they're complaining that Trump is doing things that the people that voted for him wanted him to do. Are y'all bananas? So, Trump's like, I'm going to fix the border, right? So, now he's working towards, he's talking about the wall and how Biden is selling the wall. So, if you are a Democrat complaining, see, why y'all voted for him? He's over here complaining about the wall being sold. Yeah, he should be. What are you talking about? You didn't warn us. Oh, Trump is going to stop LGBTQ people from having strip parties for the kids. We told y'all. Yeah, we warned y'all. Yeah, well, I didn't vote for Trump, but yeah, we don't want strip parties for the kids in the schools. Yeah, Trump is going to make it so they take those sex books out of the schools. We warned you. Well, yeah. Adults that don't sexualize children would prefer that children didn't read or encounter sex. You're correct. All of these things that Trump is talking about doing, we want. RFK is going to mess up the food and make them take out all the dangerous ingredients. Yeah, we want that. We absolutely want that. Trump is going to raise the tariffs. We want that also. We would rather have tariffs on the goods coming into the country than taxes on the citizens that live in the country. How about you? These people are wackos. They're like while Trump is doing all of the things that the people that voted for him wanted him to do, they're busy saying, see, we told y'all. Yeah, nigga, thank you. We wanted those things to happen. I'm going to explain what they're trying to do. So basically what they're trying to do is create a situation where you don't want things that are good for you. Like, I'm going to give you an example. Like over here, if I be like, yo, donate to the page if you're enjoying, and then people will be like, make fun of me for saying if you're enjoying the content, donate to the page. How is that something to make fun of someone over? I'm doing a thing that you are enjoying. If you are enjoying, I would appreciate reciprocation. It's kind of dope. I don't understand how that's something to make fun of. I can see if I was just up, even if I'm just up here, I'm not even giving news. If I'm just telling jokes and you appreciate my content, why wouldn't you donate every now and then? every other content creator gets donations. Imagine being the one content creator that you can't. It's taboo. The people that visit your page think donating to you is a bad idea, but they will go to other people's pages and donate, even though they might like your content more. Think about that for a moment. Anyway, in any regard. The ruling cites Willis's decision to hire. Is that off? Yeah. The ruling cites Willis's decision to hire and extravagantly pay her now ex-lover. Are they exes or are they just faking? They probably just faking. Nathan Wade is a special they probably exes now to wait. He is talking on her. They probably are exes now. As a special prosecutor taking him on lavish trips, allowing him to excessively bill our office for work on the Trump case. While we recognize that an appearance of impropriety is generally not enough to support disqualification, this is a rare case in which disqualification is mandated with no other remedy would suffice to restore public confidence in the integrity of this proceedings. Brown and the other appellate jurists contended. 100% agree. One of the main reasons. Why in the hell were you doing this if you're alone? That doesn't even. I don't even want to know. I'm not looking at that. Never found her attractive. Not trying to be an asshole. I just never found her attractive. I don't think she's ugly. Jennifer Aniston, I don't think she's ugly. I just never found her attractive. She always had like, I just don't like manly features on women, man. I don't get it. I'm just not a big fan of manly. Oh shit. I'm looking at some stuff over here. I didn't even show you what I was looking at. I was reading this article, and I was looking at this right here. I'm just not a big fan of manly features on women. And I think Jennifer Aniston just has a manly face. Like, if you take the hair out, her face just looks like a dude. I'm just not here for it. I'm not here for it. I'm not here for manly features. And there's tons of guys that like manly features. So please don't come for me. I could have a preference. I like cute. I don't like manly. I like cute. Tomboys are cool as shit also, by the way. So this is not an indictment of females that like doing stuff men do. Tomboys is dope as shit. Some of my best friends were tomboys. That's a fact.
Georgia prosecutor in the Trump election meddling case testifies before the House Judiciary Committee. That's Nathan Wade. And he admitted
he... go to jail, though. I want her to go to jail, and I want Letitia Wright to go to jail. Check out this. Did I show y'all the Letitia Wright piece yet? Look at this. Letitia Wright. Just Democrats always lying. Check this out.
The President of the United States has complained that I'm engaging in some sort of political witch hunt, that I've got some personal vendetta against him, that I campaigned against him. That is not true.
This illegitimate president who sits in the White House. That president, because he's not my president, he's an illegitimate president. His days are numbered. His days are numbered.
We've got to get ready to mobilize, and we've got to get ready to agitate and irritate until victory is won, but more importantly, until Trump is defeated. We will all rise up and resist this man, and ultimately we'll bring him down. This illegitimate president, I'm going to give you the same level of respect that you gave to President Obama, and that is absolutely no respect at all. Donald Trump has got to go. Hey, hey! Ho, ho! Donald Trump has got.
Democrats always lying, fam. The Democrats are just always lying. Like, always lying. Ultimately, I showed you that already. Always lying. This is liberal logic. Pay attention. I'm going to let y'all listen to some liberal logic. This is liberal logic. And this is, once again, I'm not in talking trash about the voters, but I would like to show any voters this clip. And if anything here is said wrong, I would like to know what it is.
I want to make sure I got this correct. You hate white men unless they're gay. You love black people unless they're conservative. You're for illegal immigration as long as they don't come into your home. You want to ban guns, but you want the government to still have theirs. You hate capitalism, but you expect these corporations to change their logo for Pride Month. You hated slavery, so you hate the party that was formed to abolish the slaves. You hated slavery, but you align with the party that was for keeping slaves. You don't recognize two genders unless you're talking about their hormones. You hate American values, but yet you want to still live here. Your party controls the House, the Senate, and the presidency, but it's everyone else's fault. You hated the Trump administration, but you're concerned for Mike Pence's life. You say black people can't be racist, but Candace Owens, Thomas Sowell, and Larry Elder are white supremacists. You want to ban guns to save children, but keep abortion to murder them. Comment if I missed anything.
Do y'all know how I keep telling y'all the Democrats create all of the problems they complain about? They literally create all the problems they complain about. So over the last couple of years, these are just some problems they complain about. Overpopulation. But they also complain about being able to have abortions. But they also complain about there's not enough birth rate. I need an explanation. So let's just break this down real quick. You complain about overpopulation in America, but you also let in a shitload of illegals. Explain that to me. How does that work? Explain that to me. The biggest part is not the biggest part, but the most wildest part that hit me was you complain about gun control, and the main reason why you're constantly bringing up gun control is to protect the kids. But at the same time, y'all guys are the only ones pushing abortion. Like the Republicans will say, we want it to be available if you need it. Nah, y'all guys pushing abortions. Like, get pregnant just so you can go have an abortion. Like, that's the only reason to get pregnant. Like, there was literally women after Trump won that was basically like, I'm just going to go get pregnant to have an abortion. You do know that baby is alive and that baby could feel the pain when you're digging in there and killing it and then taking the pieces out piece by piece. You know they take out the pieces piece by piece. They stick something in the woman. They kill the baby. They break it up. They like cut the legs and the arm and the head and all that off. They break it up. And they use another instrument, I believe it's a different instrument, to then pull out the pieces of the baby from the woman. Just so we can be clear about what's happening. So y'all will complain about school shootings and shit like that, which is terrible. But that's nowhere close to how many abortions have every year. It's not even close. It's not even nowhere near the same area. Just so we can be clear. Y'all complain about gun control, but you don't want to help people's mental health. Because who are the main individuals out here shooting people up and shooting up schools? People that got mental health problems. Also, coincidentally, they seem to almost all be a part of the LGBTQ community as of recent. Or some form of feminist as of recent. Just to throw that out there to give context. They complain about overpopulation. Borders is wide open. But I want to show y'all what is... You know how I keep telling y'all these dudes is racist?
I want to make sure I got this correct. You hate white men unless they're gay. You love black people unless they're conservative.
Hold on.
You're for illegal immigration as long as they don't come into your home.
With,
you want to ban guns, but you want the government to still have theirs.
Hold on.
You hate capitalism, but you expect these corporations to change their logo for Pride Month. You hated slavery, so you hate the party that was formed to abolish the slaves. You hated slavery, but you align with the party that was for keeping slaves. You don't recognize two genders unless you're talking about their hormones. You hate American values, but yet you want to still live here. Your party controls the House, the Senate, and the presidency, but it's everyone else's fault. You hated the Trump administration, but you're concerned for Mike Pence's life. You say black people can't be racist, but Candace Owens, Thomas Sowell, and Larry Elder are white supremacists.
I got a lot. I didn't.
You want to ban guns to save children, but keep abortion to murder them. Comment if I missed anything.
Hold on. What the hell? Did I close the damn thing? Yeah, did I close it? Alright, so. Which one do we want?
The American communist.
So you know how I keep telling y'all that that the Democrats are communists? Check this out.
The American
Ah, fuck, it didn't get the whole thing. Hold on. I have it. Hold on. Check this out. Check this one out first.
I would only vote left.
Why is that?
I saw them as very stupid. I would fear the conservatives because they come with principle. That's not someone they can brainwash. But the left, I know they have no values and no principles to begin with. I dare you to find one Islamic extremist that votes for Donald Trump. Never do it. They'd give their vote to the leftist who wants to run around in pride parades. And Islamic extremists are against gays and homosexuals and transgenders, but they want the left to go and get busy with that. They want them, go speak about the climate, go speak about abortion, go kill yourselves, go do that. Ilhan Omar, she's fighting for abortion rights and all the other, my body, my choice. Yes, go do that, go do that.
What is the fundamentalist and jihadi agenda for America?
The future of America has to be Muslim.
All right, so there was a problem. Hold on, let me send this video to myself again. I gotta see which one it is real quick. Okay, so it just never fucking. It only recorded 1 second of it. It just didn't record the rest, so I can't send it to myself. But it was good. All right, since I can't show it, that's but I got this on the other thing. Right, hold on.
I want to make sure I got this correct. You hate white men unless they're gay. Right, you love black people unless they're conservative.
The Syrian prisoner who was rescued from jail by CNN.
Oh shit.
The Syrian prisoner who was rescued from jail by CNN was actually Bashar al-Assad's intelligence officer who reportedly killed and tortured civilians. The man was discovered by CNN's chief international correspondent Clarissa Ward in an abandoned Syrian detention site last week. In a video that went viral, the inmate appeared astonished to see daylight as he claimed to be an ordinary citizen who had spent 3 months in an isolated prison cell.
Syria is free, he tells him. It's the first time he has heard those words.
Now, a Syrian fact-checking organization has reported that the man in the clip was, in fact, Lieutenant Salama Mohammed Salama of the Syrian Air Force Intelligence. According to locals, Salama had been imprisoned for less than a month over cash he had allegedly extorted. The image shared by locals showed Salama inside what appeared to be a government office. CNN has confirmed that the man in the video was indeed the former intelligence officer associated with the deposed Syrian regime. Salama's current whereabouts are unknown.
So this is what the Democrats are doing on a global scale. Global scale. Hold on. I got some more for y'all real quick.
What else do we need to know?
All right, so let me roll these up into the global estimates. And it's now, we're using some back of the envelope math, which is what we do as portfolio managers and analysts on Wall Street. So I gave you the US numbers, which we've done a lot of work on. So how do you estimate global? Well, you make some assumptions. So we estimate around 5 billion individuals, that's been widely reported, got the vaccine on the planet.
Wait.
So
5 billion got which vaccine?
Just all vaccines. So that's why we give these huge ranges,
including the Sinovacs and the Sputnik and
yeah.
Okay.
Well, that's why we give these wide ranges, because we don't want to overestimate. But
okay.
So 5 billion people on the planet got a vaccine of some sort. If you apply the range of the death rate in the U.S. that I gave you earlier, you get a range of globally 7.3 million to 15 million died from the vaccine. And that
7 million to 15 million.
Yeah. And so there's been a study by Dennis Rancourt. We've looked at his methodology. It's different than what we do. We're not saying it's wrong. It's an estimate. And he came up with 17 million, which I think you talked about. So
yep.
our upper range is right there with Dennis Rancourt. Okay. Disabilities, when you look at the ratio of 4 to 1, you multiply the 7 million and the approximately 15 million times 4, you get a range of 29 to, let me see, I got to look at the numbers, 29 to 60 million disabled globally. Okay.
29 to 60 million disabled globally.
Correct. And then injuries, if you take 18% of the vaccinated, just using the Pfizer, so that, again, this could be muddy, but we get a range of, at the high end, 900 million, 500 million at the low end. Injured.
500 million to 900 million who had an injury that has not disabled them.
Yeah, correct.
That's insane. Can I just show y'all something real quick? So as of now, they're still trying to give people COVID doses, vaccines. Look. No cost. Look.
What else do we need to know?
This guy is an ex-BlackRock executive. If you do not know who BlackRock is, look him up. The next time your Democratic person that you voting for is out here screaming, go get a vaccine.
I want to make sure I got this correct.
Go get the jab.
I don't know how you vote for these niggas. I'm just being honest with you. I don't know how y'all vote for most of these people. I don't know how you vote for them. Like, I don't understand how Kamala got over 100,000 votes from anywhere. And accumulatively together. She's a freaking moron.
The people who did this are rich white liberals in the United States who hate themselves and the country. And to punish it, they invited all these people illegally from failed countries. But they can't stand the idea of living near these people because they're racist. So why wouldn't you move every Haitian to Bethesda and Brookline and Aspen and Martha's Vineyard and Nantucket like today? Can we do that? I will donate money if we can do that.
We absolutely could. Look what the Martha's Vineyards did. They put them on Eric. Like, you know, this whole
they call
thing.
the cops immediately because they're racist.
Governor Abbott done more to secure this border than anybody in this administration. Guy's great. DeSantis the same. Do you know who first came up with the idea of busing people in sanctuary cities? It was President Trump. I remember sitting in the Oval Office one time. He said, "Why don't we do that?" So we started putting plans together. But the Remain in Mexico program was such a game changer. We couldn't fill a bus up if we wanted to. So we beat the problem before we actually got to that. That was really
the problem, though, is that the people doing it didn't have a precise enough understanding of rich white liberal culture, but I do. So they would bus them to New York, then they wind up in Midtown and Queens. Okay, none of the people who are doing this are affected by it. But I could give you a list of zip codes where, like, Tony Blinken lives and stuff like that, because I know that world.
Okay, as y'all could hear him, they're talking about busing the people like what they did when they sent the people to Martha's Vineyard. So Martha's Vineyard's important for this conversation, so pay attention. So what had happened is that when they first started bringing the migrants in, I don't know if people remember this or not, but they were sending all of the illegals to red states. I don't remember if people remember this or not. They were sending the illegals not just to red states, but to red districts. They were sending the illegals to places where they needed the votes. Everybody forgets about this. What happened was, and I believe DeSantis was one of the first dudes, what they decided to do was, we're shipping the illegals out of here and we're sending them directly to places where, like, to Martha's Vineyard. Like, we're not even sending them to the New Yorks of the world initially. They started sending them to, like, where the people who are making the politics, the decisions live. So what ended up happening after that is they started having a conversation with all of these different mayors, and these mayors, running like little simps that they were, said, yeah, no, send them to us, and the government promised to pay the monies for each migrant that they took into their city. So that's why they agreed. And then they never paid the cities. So that's why all of these cities like New York, Chicago, LA, they're having all of these funding issues. I think Houston also is having all of these issues with over budget, because, you know, who the hell says, you know what, we're gonna send $1 trillion this year on migrants? Like, who the fuck, on illegal immigrants on top of that? Who thinks that? So that's what that conversation was about. Remember, initially the Democrats were shipping these illegals to red places, and then they started getting shipped to the blue places because those governors wasn't playing with them. There is a clip I'm looking for specifically. Oh, it's from yesterday.
The people who did this are rich white liberals in the United States.
It's from, even if it's, I gotta go to the other screen. It's from yesterday. Hold on.
You want to know something that cringes me as a Mexican American myself?
Wait, hold on. Listen. You know how I keep saying the Democrats are the racists? Listen.
You want to know something that cringes me as a Mexican American myself? Is when I hear the left say, well, if we're going to deport all the illegal aliens, who's going to pick the strawberries? Who's going to build my house? Legal Americans. That my own family, who is legal, a Mexican American family, if you want to give us some DEI points, can build your house. My grandpa does construction. There are a lot of American skilled people that can do the job. But the only reason why they don't want to do that and want to have illegal workers is because they can pay them for lower wages, which they will accept. And this is just wrong. I have a feeling that during the time when they were trying to ban slavery, you definitely had pro-slavery people being like, but who's going to do the jobs for free? Y'all are wild for supporting that.
People are waking up, fam. Remember what I said? I was like somewhere between 8 to 12 months or 7 to 12 months. People in New York are going to be real wake. Not this fake woke shit that they do that only has to deal with saying that men and women are the same thing. Like, that's all this new woke culture involves. This bullshit ass woke culture is just people trying to convince other people to have sex with the same gender. That's all woke culture is about. It's about nothing else. Trying to convince one straight man to have sex with either another straight man or to have sex with a gay man. And to convince straight women to have sex with gay women or to have sex with a straight woman. That's all woke culture is about. It's not about nothing else. That's it. All that other shit is just, you know, them trying to gain clout in different areas, like them talking about Palestine and Israel. They're just trying to gain clout. You understand? That's all that is. But the only thing woke culture is about is homosexual sex. It's not about nothing else. I promise you, it's not about nothing else. Who are some of the people that's behind woke culture? P. Diddy. Ellen DeGeneres. And we're going to find out a lot of these other people who are behind woke culture are also in that time. I promise you. All woke culture is about is gay sex. It's not about nothing else. It's not even about being gay. It's literally about gay sex. At least that's my interpretation. In any regard. I'm trying to remember everything that she said because I didn't see the video since yesterday. So hold on, give me 2 seconds. So when y'all believe that this woke culture is actually about racism, it's not. This woke culture is not about racism. This is not about racism. I'm just going to say one time, never come in here and say that channel's name. I don't have nothing to do with those people. I'm never going to have anything to do with those people. Even if those people apologize and try to be friends with me, I will never have anything to do with those people. Please don't come into my chat saying those people's names. Copy? I'm going to show you the main reason right now why I would never deal with those people. Where in the Bible does it say that to provoke another person is a sin? So these people are just evil and they live inside of Satan and they're just evil people. So the verse most directly states provoking another person into sin is Galatians. I want to have this conversation in 2 seconds. I know I'm breaking this shit. So I don't play with this. I'm not playing with nobody. I don't think nothing's a game. I'm not joking. I don't want to joke. If you think that life is a joke, I'm not the person for you. Galatians 5:26 says, let us not become conceited, provoking one another, envying one another. So provoking someone is a sin. And all that person's channel is about is provoking people. So they're Satan worshipers. Oh shit. I didn't bring the screen up for you. Hold on. And all that channel is about is provoking people. So they're Satan worshipers. Because they're worshiping something that Satan wants you to do. So they're Satan worshipers, just so you know. According to the Bible, the verse that most directly states provoking another person. And I literally want to talk about this every show. So thank you for giving me the opportunity to talk about how provoking someone is a sin. Every single day you're going to hear me talk about this. According to the Bible, the verse that most directly states provoking another person is a sin is found in Galatians 5:26 that says, let us not be conceited to provoke another into sin. Let's go directly to Galatians 5:26. I literally want to discuss this specific thing every day. So these are all of the different Bibles that say it's a sin. And these are all of the different. And these are all of the different passages that talk about how it's sin. So I'm fine with the people that are actively letting people know that they are worshiping a devil worshiper. I'm literally fine with that because I know you niggas is going to hell. Like, literally, I know it. Like, just so we could be clear, I literally know you niggas is going to hell. Literally. I think that God put me here for people to better be able to discern certain things. And I know you niggas is going to hell. And that's why I'm fine with y'all behavior. So continue doing what you're doing. So continue doing what you're doing. All right, let me get back to what I'm doing. So let's talk about this real quick. I love talking about how the people that I know are going to hell are going to hell. I'm not going to lie to you. I love talking about it. So Philippians 2:3 says, do not out of selfish ambition or empty pride put in humility, consider others more important than yourself. So yeah, we're not supposed to be doing that. But if you harbor bitter jealousy or selfish ambition in your heart, do not boast in it or deny the truth. Such wisdom does not come from above, but is earthly and unspiritual and demonic. So all of the stuff that they're doing, the Bible says is earthly, unspiritual, and demonic. All of these things that they're doing to me, just so we could be clear. For where jealousy and selfish ambition exists, there will be a disorder and every evil practice. So the Bible are literally calling these people evil. Let's go. And this is also the people in this neighborhood that are subscribing to these individuals' position. You know, y'all are also evil, just so we could be clear. Romans 12:3, and by the grace given me, I shall say everyone to you, do not think of yourself more highly than you ought, but think of yourself with sober judgment according to the measure of faith God has given you. Love is patient, love is kind, it does not envy, it does not boast, it is not proud. Arrogance leads only to strife, but wisdom is with well advised. If for you who are still worldly, for since there is jealousy and dissension among you, are you not worldly? Are you not walking in the way of man? Wowzers, that just means so much. So yeah, so I just wanted to point that out. Just so we could be clear. So you niggas is going to hell. So continue to do whatever you're doing. I don't want you to be saved. I'm just being honest with you. I don't want you to be saved. I don't want you to do the right thing. I don't want you to find God. I want you to go to hell. So continue to do what you do. Now I'm going to do what I do. And I pray that before you actually, like in that moment where you're going to hell, I pray that God, because I'm not sure if this is done. I've never died before as far as I know. But I pray you get the opportunity to see all of the wrongs that you've done in your life and then feel all of the wrong that you've done in your life. I pray. With that being said, what time we got? We got noon. We're really shooting long today. I started the show late, so that's one of the reasons why we're still live right now, because I started the show late. One of the reasons why we're still live. Is there anything that y'all want to talk about? I'm going to assume not, because our last comment, our last actual comment, there's supposed to be a button where I could see timestamps. Our last actual comment was like at 10:19, so that's been like almost 2 hours ago. So is there anything y'all guys want to talk about? If there isn't, I'm just going to let y'all go. Anything else? Because I got stuff that I want to do, to be honest with you. And I'm hungry. I want to eat some lunch. It's lunchtime. Anything else y'all want to talk about? Put it in the chat. I want to end the show talking about the Bible. I'm just being honest with you. I prefer to end the show talking about the Bible. So I want to bring up another thing real quick. Let's end the show talking about the Bible. I'm gonna bring up something else real quick. What does God think about harmful and hurtful jokes? I just want to make sure that no one can say they were joking and think that by them saying that they were joking, it absolves them of evil, because that's not the way that the Bible works. The Bible doesn't work that way. It doesn't absolve you from evil by saying that you were just joking. And by me letting you know these things, you're not going to be able to, then that God is going to hold you accountable. You know, as long as you don't know these things, you really can't be held accountable. So I talk about these things on purpose to make sure that God holds people accountable. I want God to hold every single person that doesn't like me and doing hateful things to me. I want him to hold every single last one of y'all accountable. So yeah. I don't even want an apology. I don't want you to go to hell. I'm just being honest. All right, so why don't we just go get the passages? Where in the Bible does it talk about hateful jokes? 8 Bible verses about joking. Like a madman who throws firebrands, arrows, and death is the man who deceives his neighbor and says, I'm only joking. Proverbs. Ephesians. Let there be no filthiness, nor foolish talk, no crude talk, joking, which are out of place, but instead let there be thanksgiving. Shout out to that. I was born on Thanksgiving. Psalms. A psalm of David, our Lord, who shall sojourn in your tent, who shall dwell in your holy hill. He who walks blamelessly and does what is right and speaks truth in his heart, who does not slander with his tongue, who does no evil to his neighbor, nor takes up a reproach against his friend, in whose eyes is a vile person is despised, but who honors those who fear the Lord, who swears to his own heart and does not change, who does not put out his money at interest and does not take a bribe against the innocent. He who does these things shall never be moved. Okay. Deacons likewise must be dignified, not double-tongued, not addicted to wine, not greedy for dishonest D. Let's see what else we got going on. A time to weep, a time to laugh, a time to mourn, and a time to dance. That doesn't necessarily fall inside of what we're talking about, but as we've moved further from the top, we're obviously going to the less, the ones that fall inside of the guidelines a little bit less. Just so I can tell you, there is joy before the angels of God over one sinner who repents. So literally, this is the wild part. I don't think y'all understand this, but you should be repenting. Y'all niggas is never gonna repent for what y'all been doing and saying to me. So I'm very happy to know that you niggas is going to hell, because you're never gonna repent. And it's never gonna be in your heart. So I'm happy to know you niggas is going to hell. And I just want to let y'all know that I know you're going to hell. 100%. Absolutely. You might not even have. I'm going to tell you that I'm going to have this conversation real quick, and this goes for everybody. We don't know when we're going to die. You know how many people don't even have enough time to repent from their sins? They just don't know. They don't know they're going to be dead by next week. They don't know they're not going to make it to next Easter. They don't know that they're gonna only live to the week of Valentine's Day. They don't know this. They don't know that they're gonna die the day after Christmas. They have no idea, so they never repent. Never change their behavior. Never repent. Never changes their behavior. Never repent. Never. On the off chance that that dude dies before me, the celebration that we're going to have on this page is going to be something that God might not want us to do. So I pray that I die first, or that he lives at least past me. I don't want to die. I pray, because of the things that I'm going to probably want to do, even because you could go to hell for your thoughts. It don't got to even be an action. For the things that I would want to do, I might not be able to be loud, and I might not still never go to heaven, to be honest with you. I hope and pray to help other people get there. But there's a lot of people that if I see them, one of us might have to go. You know what I'm saying? There's quite a few people that if we lay eyes on each other, one of us might have to die. So I don't expect to go to heaven. I just hope that I can help other people get there. That's it. I don't expect to go to heaven at all. Not even a little bit. But I pray that I can help other people go there, and that I pray that. But I'm not gonna make it. I don't even that's not even a thought. I understand what the criteria is to be able to go into heaven, and I don't think that I'm a good enough person. I don't think I make it. I don't think most people make it, to be honest with you. I keep trying to tell you, most of us is not going to heaven, fam. Keep trying to explain that. This isn't a cash grab. This is just me explaining. Most of us will not be going to heaven. I 100% know that. But I pray that I could help other people make it to a place that I will never see. God is everywhere, like at all times, and people just don't see him. And sometimes I'm like outside doing whatever I'm doing, and I'm walking a place or I'm talking to a person, and I'll see something, or I'll experience something. And to me, it'll be just so obvious that it was God's doing. It'll just be obvious. But it's not always obvious to other people. Because people still think that we do stuff. We don't really do stuff. We're just instruments for the most part. We have our own free will, right? But think about it like this. How many people got their own free will and think Democrats are not communists? They got their own free will. They actively, if you tried to have a conversation with them about communists, they will be completely against communism. But they're going to vote Democrat every single time they vote. That's how people treat God. They swear up and down they love him. They swear up and down that, devil's bad, God is good. But whenever they have to actually apply that to real life use and choose God over Satan. Why do they always choose Satan? Like, always choose Satan. Just something to think about. Why don't people choose God? And I'm not talking about everyone. I'm talking about it just, in a vacuum. I know people that choose God first. Don't get it confused. But why so many people choose Satan first? We're about to hit 100,000 subs on this page. I got 100,000 by accident. There's niggas working. Well, they're not really working. They're just doing bullshit. But they can't even get 10,000. Imagine being a page where you got 100,000, right? But you don't do great numbers. But you can at the drop of a hat. Drop a video and it goes 5 million views, like a video I dropped a couple of months ago. Drop another video, it go 2 million views, like a video I dropped around the same amount at the same time. But now imagine you got a page and it got 10,000 views. You got less than 10,000, which it's not nothing to shake a stick at. That's pretty good. I'm not shitting on anybody, but you got less than 10,000. I'm not even gonna go look for the exact number because it's probably significantly less than that. So I say all that to say this. Imagine throwing your whole soul away to follow behind somebody who after 4 years couldn't even get 10,000 subs on YouTube. You're throwing your soul away for a laugh. You want to know what I do in my free time? Whenever I leave the house, I'm either going to church or I'm going to help people. It's literally, or I'm going to get food. Other than that, I don't work at my house. And it's been like that for years now. I don't go party. I don't go hang out. I stay home and I go outside and help people. And I go to church. That's all I do. I don't do anything else. This is the guy you hate. This is the guy you want dead. With that being said, I'm going to let y'all go. Everybody enjoy your day. Have a beautiful day. We might be going live today with some gaming. I was supposed to go live yesterday with some gaming, but I really wasn't feeling well yesterday. I just had a lot on my mind. It wasn't as much a physical thing as it was a mental thing. I just had a lot on my mind. So I really wasn't feeling that well yesterday. So we didn't do anything yesterday. I didn't even go to the center yesterday. That's literally one of my big things. What up, Info Minds? What up, Timbo? What's up? How y'all doing over there, fam? Fam, I've always been healthy. I have stalkers. You on internet like I'm on the internet. So you know how it is when you got people just following you around with cameras. So that's basically what I got. If that's the real Timbo. Shout out to Timbo. I got a cousin named Timber. Shout out to Timber. My cousin Timber. He think I'm still mad at him. I'm not mad at you no more, Timber. If you ever hear this, I'm not mad at you. Alright? You fucked up our record deal. But now I even have more information on the music industry. So thank you. Alright? Thank you. I have more info on the music industry. I'm very happy to not be a part of it. So shout out to my cousin Timber, who fucked up our record deal. I'll tell you that story. So my cousin Timber, my other cousin Zig, and my brother Tashim had a music group called Poetic Justice. They were actually good. Like, my brother Tashim is literally one of the best rappers I've ever heard in my life. I'm just being honest with you. He's like one of them. He could do like a lot of different things, but he's more like one of those fast rappers, like type of shit. But super smart dude. Went to Bronx High School of Science. Super smart, right? If you know anything about Bronx High School of Science, super smart guy. One of the best rappers ever. So anyway, so they got a music group called Poetic Justice, and so we did some music. I went in there. I dropped a couple of tracks with them. They had a couple of tracks also. Timber was paying for everything, with all due respect. He was paying for everything. I think our cousin Jackie also has something, who is his uncle, I believe, also has something to do with the, making sure that we stayed in the studio when we was working. In any regard, at some point there's a meeting. He doesn't tell my other cousin Zig, who is nice also, by the way. He has like a great voice. Zig should be doing voiceover work. Like, Zig has a great voice. He should be doing voiceover work for real. that's who I was trying to make it for. Not for nothing. Not for Zig specifically, but there was, when I first started doing YouTube, there was just a lot of people in my family that are immensely talented. And so when I started doing YouTube, even, you know, before I started breaking out and stuff started working really well for us and we was like making the bucks over here before, I actually was going to these individuals and trying to get them to work with me. And it was always like, nah, later, next time, you know, a year will pass. Nah, I don't really feel good about it. And these are talented individuals and I just couldn't get them to work with me. I don't. So, you know, when I first initially got on YouTube, like that's what my area was going to be. I was going to blow up all of these extremely talented people that are in my family. But then it turned out that, you know, it just didn't work out. That's neither here nor there in any regard. So Timber goes to the meeting with the dude that does the music. I think he was there. We had a guy that he did beats and he was incredible. He was a genius. For real. He was genius with sampling. So in the meeting, for one reason or another, Timber turns down the deal. Now, it's not clear why he turned the deal down. I want to be honest about this. We don't know for certain why the deal was turned down. We don't know. All we know is that the deal was turned down. That's it. Allegedly, the deal was turned. I'll tell you what the allegation is. Allegedly, the deal was turned down because, and the reason why I say we don't know is because it had to deal with recouping funds. So apparently Timber wanted to recoup the funds that he had already spent on the studio time. And since the funds wasn't going to be recouped the way he wanted it to or some shit like that, then he didn't sign on the dotted line or whatever. But two things I'm going to say about Timber. One, the nigga's a hustler. So they could have been trying to hustle him and he just didn't go for it. Anyway, so everybody was pissed off because we all saw this as our big opportunity. I'm probably about 17 at the time. About 16, 17. I'm a beast on the mic. In my opinion, the best rapper of the group other than my brother, because I just think my brother is just incredible at this point. I'm like putting him up there with Rakim. All right, I'm putting him up there. Nas existed at this time. I'm putting him up there with Rakim. I'm putting him up there with Nas. You understand what I'm saying? Like, this dude is just the best rapper to me that I personally know. Like, personally. Tashim is incredible in any regard. So for a long time, what ended up happening was Timber thought I wanted to fight him. So for the people who don't know me personally, I had a certain reputation, especially amongst family members that got a chance to know me from my birth up until that period of time. I was not a dude that generally, not talking about Timber specifically, but I was not a dude that generally you wanted to run into if there was a problem or if there was a beef. So, you know, I just don't want him. Timber's not a sucker. Well, he kind of probably is, because his roommate attacked me with a box cutter one time. It's a long story. But now looking back on that, it's like, why did this dude react that way? You know what I'm saying? Like, why did he react that way? Almost took my eye out. My eye. I was almost one-eyed. Almost had one eye. Just so you can understand how bad it was. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is, though. It is what it is, though. It is what it is. Apparently, there's this real cute young girl that likes me. I'm just randomly saying this. Apparently, there's this real cute young girl that might actually like me. And the only reason why I haven't tried to pick her up is because she's young. So apparently now people think that I'm gay. Or some people think that I'm gay because I'm not trying to talk to this young girl because she's attractive. So apparently that's a thing now. And when I say young, she's an adult. She's just not like older. Just so we could be clear. I'm not talking about a minor. But this could all just be bullshit. But you know, just some weird shit happened. You know, just some weird shit. She a cutie though. She nice though, but I wouldn't try her. If she tried me, I'm gonna 100% go for it. Just so we can be clear. She's a whole adult. If she tries me, I'm gonna 100%. But I wouldn't try her. I wouldn't do that. I'm not that guy though. Like I'm really not that guy. Like they tricked y'all. I'm really not that guy. I don't walk around trying to pick up. And I want to say something because I'm just bullshitting. So Kendra, when we first got together, Kendra didn't realize that about me until like after a while we were together, and she was just like realized that I don't chase. Like we was literally in the relationship, and she was like, "You don't chase." She just like one day just said this shit to me, like, "You don't chase women." And I'm looking at her, and I'm busy thinking to myself, like, what the fuck is she saying that for, bitch? I'm with you. Why do you want me to be chasing anything? So that's what I'm thinking. And then she's like, nah, what I mean by that is that, like, a lot of the shit that dudes do, like, she's like, you know, you're great and everything like that. Don't get this confused. But a lot of the shit that the dudes do, to like, you don't do none of that. And I was just trying to explain, I don't know how to chase. I only know how to attract. So I don't know how to chase. Like I literally don't know how to do it. I only know how to attract. I can attract, I cannot chase. I don't even attempt to chase. I don't even attempt. See it, Shorty's a whole cutie. I mean, Shorty's a whole cutie. Like just so we could be clear, but I wouldn't. So she has no concern about me chasing her. I'm not gonna chase you, baby girl. But I would 100% not turn down the opportunity to hang out and do stuff. Like even if it's nothing. I like hanging out and doing nothing. I'm a funny guy like that. Huh. Shout out to YouTube. Like they're always sending me stuff. I gotta do a lot of content today. There should be, y'all gonna be getting a good dose of content today. Y'all should be getting a good dose of content. I'm gonna be doing some content today. A couple of different things. I'm working on, just so y'all can get an update, I'm working on different ways to put out the videos. So I'm looking at maybe doing some live streaming videos. It's a long story, you'll see. But I'm working on how do I want to format the videos that's going to allow for me to put out more videos and also have it entertaining. I had 1,000 first dates. I would never want to date her. I think the more dates a woman went on and the more men a woman entertained, the worse it is. I don't think that's the better. I think it's the worse. I don't think niggas should entertain a lot of women either. Like, I practice what I preach. I don't think niggas should entertain a lot of women either. I will not. If I'm attracted to a female, if let's say I think that chick is cool and we might be talking or work it out, I'm not gonna look nowhere else. Like, literally, I'm not gonna look nowhere else. Like, literally. Like, besides the fact that I don't chase anyway, I'm not gonna look nowhere else. Like, I'm not even going to give another woman time to hang out with me and do anything if I think it's anything else other than whatever the thing is we're trying to do. Like, I'm not going to do any of that. I saw it was an article that popped up that said that you didn't see it on the side of the screen. I'm sorry, I'm just talking and y'all can't see what I'm talking about. But it was an article that had popped up. I dubbed it, so I can't show it to y'all right now. Did I put it up on the thing, or did I get rid of it completely? I got rid of it completely. And it basically said that some lady went on a date with like 1,000 men. Like, why would you even... That's bananas. Like, why would you want to date a woman that done went out on 1,000 first dates? First dates. I don't want to date you if you went on fucking 100 first dates. What the fuck? Why are there so many first dates? Why is no man trying to hold you down? Or why are you not trying to hold no man down? What in the hell is going on over here? I don't think you could be, the girl is over 18. The girls over 18. Stop it. The girls, I don't even talk to the Sharkettes. I don't even talk to them. There's like 2 Sharkettes that I talk to. I generally don't talk to the rest of them. Like, I don't even interact with them. I don't interact with them. Not for no reason. I just don't. I think they be thinking I'm ignoring them and I'm being rude. There's 2 I interact with. And that's just because they're just so friendly. And it's hard to not interact with them because they're just so friendly. They got this one girl over there. She got, I think those is dreads or whatever. She's just so friendly. And it's just hard to not interact with her because she's just too friendly. She just won't stop coming up to me and talking to me about stuff that I think is funny. So other than her and this one other chick, I don't really talk to any of them. But I don't have nothing against talking to any of them. I talk to all of them. Like, they're all nice young ladies. I'm happy. I got some other cheerleaders inside of Seagate that I think that we should try to bring over to the program. As soon as I see them, I'm gonna tell them about it. I just haven't seen them. It's the winter. But there's some other cheerleaders. I know a lot of people, and a lot of people I know just happen to be kids because I live in a community with kids in it, and I'm fun. Like, I'm literally fun. You know how kids feel when they see other kids having a good time? They also want to laugh and joke. I'm literally fun, man. I might invite some of them over there. They be out and they're doing all the flips out here and the shit, and they be like selling like lemonade stands and stuff. And I don't think they selling the lemonade stand because they need the money. I think they just be doing it because they just be wanting to do shit. I showed y'all them we was live streaming one day and I showed y'all them. Yeah, they whole cheerleaders out here. Might try to invite them over to the program, integrate a little. We have some, I guess, Caucasian looking cheerleaders and some black cheerleaders, and liven up the place a little. I don't know. See what happens. Yeah, see what happens. That's dope. Nah, but I barely see the girl anyway. So the chick I'm talking about, I barely ever see her. So this isn't even like I barely ever see her. But I wouldn't talk to her. But if she was extra friendly to me, yeah, I'd be friendly to her. But I wouldn't talk to her. If she was friendly with me, I'd be friendly back. Because I'm just a friendly person. And I'm just genuinely... That's how come I get into a lot of trouble. I be friendly with people I shouldn't be friendly to. This is a person that being friendly with them would be a good idea. I mean, if she was interested, hell yeah, I'd talk to her. That's a fact. Don't let nobody lie to you. But I would never initiate anything like that. I just wouldn't. So.
Let me guess, crypto?
crypto. Home. Take me home.
So that was the Superman trailer. That was the Superman trailer.
She met with Assad. She has said supportive things about him. Said he wasn't an enemy.
Yo, why are the Democrats constantly getting caught on the internet lying? Like, why? I mean, on why they just always getting caught lying? This is the year. This is a period of time where all lies are being exposed. Your man had it right. Your man Kevin Hart, Cat Williams said it. All lies is about to be exposed. Now all lies. Where's LeBron James been? LeBron James went and disappeared too, didn't he? Wasn't it that girl that was saying that LeBron James was trafficking? Wasn't that the same girl that was talking about? Was that the same girl that was complaining that the NBA was trying to force, that WNBA was like a haven for lesbians, and they was like, if you're not gay, that might actually be the issue with homegirl. Y'all know that, right? White girl. That might actually be what the actual issue is. Y'all do know that, right? Everybody keep talking about people mad at Caitlyn because she black. I mean white. Y'all know they could be mad at Caitlyn Clark because she's straight, right? And she comes from a family, it looks like, that's in the middle of the freaking country, Indiana, right? And they're like, I think she's from Indiana, and they're like into the Bible and not in the gay shit. You understand what the actual issue might be with Caitlyn Clark? Because I don't think it's racism. I think it's disguised. I think the actual issue is that she's straight. And that's why I'm so happy that Donald Trump won. Imagine if Donald Trump would have lost. We would have had to deal with this shit even longer. We would have had to deal with this DEI shit, destroying everything that we love. We would have had to deal with all of this shit even longer. Sheesh. Something to think about. With that being said, I'm going to let y'all go. Everybody have a blessed day today. I did not mean to stay on for this long, but I actually had a conversation with a friend of mine. He is a contributor to the page, and he was like, you need to have longer, like they want me to be live more. I'm not alive enough. So we're going to try to get more lives in. But remember, through the middle of the day, I'll be at the center. So through the middle of the day, we'll be at the center. Maybe we start live streaming some of the stuff that's happening there. I don't know, because at the end of the day, we also need to protect children, their identities, where they are, where they aren't. And as y'all know, weirdos follow me specifically. I've been asking to film at the church, and
I think, I don't know this to be certain, but I think one of the main reasons why the church prefers that I don't stream from there is because of how toxic the internet is specifically. So I don't know if that's for any certainty, but yeah, the internet is so toxic and people are so willing to just hate that an actual church prefers to stay off of the internet, period. Like, they don't want anyone apparently in there. And the wild effed up thing is they're doing a lot of great things in the community. Like, that church is giving away food 2-3 days out the week. Like, it's crazy. Not bad crazy, good crazy. Like, that church is literally a lighthouse to this community. And for them to feel like there's just so much hate that they have to, that as much as they will want to invite more people in to experience the word, they have to first protect the people that they have there. And I'm just going to be honest with you. I can't argue with that logic. It makes perfectly good sense to me. I would love to, you know, if anything changes in the future, I'm there. But if it doesn't, I'm there also. So that's why we're not currently doing anything in the center. What up, James Benson? Haven't seen you in a while. How's everything going with you? What up, Andrew Delay? What up to the few? Haven't seen you in a while. Hope everything is going well with you and yours. When I haven't seen people in a while, I never know what they're in here to do. So they might be in here to be regular people, or they might be in here to wait for me to say hi to them so they can start insulting me. You don't never know. But it could literally be either which one of the things. So you don't never know. Anyway, I think I'm gonna let y'all go. If I had the shit, I'm trying to get this thing set up correct. So apparently, I have been trying to figure out how to hook this computer up to my capture card for like a week and a half now. If I would have had it hooked up to my capture card right now, we would have went straight to gaming up until about 1:32. Then I would have got off, got lunch, and then went to the center. But I can't get the capture card hooked up to the computer. So we have quite a few different new toys over here that we can't get to work right. Here goes the capture card, by the way. And I think it has something to do with, we have a new monitor. So still the same problem. Maybe I'll use one of the other HBU ports. Maybe I'll use one of the other ports and it'll work. I'll use one of the other. We'll try that. I don't know. We're going to figure it out. We'll figure it out. And if we can't figure it out, we'll figure out end around at some point. Right? So with that being... I appreciate you, James Benson. Y'all know all of y'all could join the green team if y'all want it, right? You can just literally join the green team today. You support what we doing over here? I believe you. I'm not questioning you, but you can literally join the green team today. Literally. With that being said, everybody have a blessed day. Should we do some GTA today? I might do some GTA. Let me get me something to eat real quick. And then I might jump back on and we do some GTA. But I gotta get some gaming in today. And at some point I have to make videos apparently. we got to get our videos back up, our regular videos, because that's more than enough to substantiate our lifestyle. So we got to get our regular videos back up. We're going to be doing that. Hopefully I'll be starting that some point today. We'll drop a couple. So we might get on the GTA today. I don't know. I need some homies to run with, to be honest with you. I've been finding some good people to do some games with, but we need some homies to run with so we can go do some heists and shit like that. With that being said, I love y'all. Everybody have a blessed day. Go out there into the world and do something worth doing and stamp God's name on it. Let people know that you come in the name of the Most High. I think that it's important not just to do things in the world that benefit others, not just ourselves, but it's also important to do it in the name of the Most High, because there's nothing in this world that can be done, will be done, or has been done without the grace of God. All right? Every single thing that's ever happened on this planet and in existence, as far as I know, is because God wills it. So when you go out there and you actually do something that's kind for somebody, God willed that. So let's try to make sure that we have more of what God willing us to do, or doing more of what God's will is supposed to be. And one of those things is treat others as you would have them treat yourself. So with that being said, I love y'all. Like, comment, subscribe. Join the notification gang. Hashtag Bronx Bombers. Let's get it. I love y'all. Take care of each other. Hug the kids for me. I haven't forgotten about you. And that's all I got on this one. I'm out.
Hey! Is the noon train on time?
Supposed to be.
Feels like it's time.
Yeah.